Everything from Maximum PC here at GDC 2016. I'm here speaking with Eric from VirZoom. And Eric, can you tell us what we're looking at back here?
Sure. What you're looking at is a virtual reality controller that we've created out of a bicycle, a folding exercise bike, with sensors that measure your speed of pedaling and a whole host of other things like buttons and heart rate and the resistance. We send that over to our SDK, which solves a lot of the motion control problems in VR. And we've created 5 initial games that show that off. So you can be a horse, you can be a Pegasus, a race car, a tank, or a helicopter right now. And we basically have developed that SDK also for other devs to try to plug into their games. So they could do a simple integration where they just replace the forward with pedaling, or they could do the full integration which uses the same motion model that we do and make their own VirZoom games.
Yeah, you know, I just had a chance to basically play like 5-10 minutes of it, and you know, I gotta say it's a really silly game. Like, you know, there's different scenarios, as you mentioned. You're in one, you're like a F1 Formula car driver, but then you're also like a dog as well when you look into the mirrors.
Yeah, we're a lot of our company work for Harmonix and have a long history of making games, and we don't take anything too seriously. We want this to be family friendly, fun, and exercise. And we didn't set out to do the most obvious thing we could have done, which was to make a bicycling game. You know, that's definitely on the list, but we wanted to show the breadth of different things you could be. And on top of that, you know, just imagine surfing with this, or doing whitewater rafting, or cross-country skiing. So there's more serious things we can do, and then there's more playful things, like a dragon is definitely coming up.
How did you guys come up with the concept?
Well, when VR came out, we immediately saw that locomotion problem, and the fact that if you move through these worlds without a physically intuitive way to do it, and you violate a lot of the head motion problems, people don't feel good. And we thought that connecting the bike to that would be a great solution, and we also realized then that our games could provide physical exercise, which is great. It's something that makes games virtuous, you know, so instead of feeling bad about spending an hour playing a game, you can feel good about it.
Gotcha. And can you walk us through how, you know, you control the bike? Because I noticed that when I was playing it, you know, the handles don't really turn. It's all basically, you know, based on head tracking.
Yeah, that's right. We actually evolved to this. So our first prototype was a bicycle where you would steer, and through lots of playtesting we determined that people really wanted to lean, and simultaneously when they felt the play of that steering, they felt less comfortable in VR, you know, with it covering your eyes.
It's like a motion sickness or
well,
something?
It was more of a fear, you know,
okay,
because they felt like looseness in the system.
Okay.
So what we did then was just a complete 180, and we went for a bike that doesn't move at all, and you can feel comfortable kind of like hanging off the handlebars, you know, like a jungle gym, because you know it's not going to move. And leaning is exactly what everybody does when you're steering anyway. You know, if you're in a car, you know, or on a bike, you lean. If you're on a motorcycle. So we just capture that natural desire that you have. And pedaling is the other thing that's completely intuitive. And the great thing is it makes the games better. When you're pedaling on this, you really feel like you're flying when it's controlling the flapping of the wings, for instance, in a way that if you were just pushing up on a joystick, your body and your brain don't believe it as much, so it's less magical.
What platforms will this be coming out for?
Well, we're currently running on the Oculus Rift, the HTC Vive, and the PlayStation VR. We will soon be on the Gear VR, and our SDK runs on Unity and will be running on Unreal by the time that we launch in a couple of months.
Yeah, so how much is that, last question,
yep,
how much will the total package be, and do you guys have a release date?
We're aiming for a retail price of $399. That includes the bike, the SDK, and all the games that we make for it. We obviously work with all of the different VR systems, so that's a separate cost, and people just need to judge what works best for them. And at the show, for this week only, we're offering a promotional code that brings the cost of our system down to $249. So
oh wow, okay.
If you're anywhere near GDC, come by.
Okay, and then you guys have a release date?
We're aiming for 2 months. We haven't announced a specific date yet.
Gotcha. Cool. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.